In the crisp, rarefied air of Colorado Springs, in the winter of 1899, Nikola Tesla's laboratory atop Nob Hill seemed more like a temple than a workspace. Towering coils of copper and steel rose from the floor to the ceiling, wires twisted through the room like metal serpents, and every surface bore the patina of sparks and ozone. Tesla moved among them with a serene intensity, his eyes reflecting the flickering arcs of electricity as if he were reading secrets written in the air. The world outside the laboratory seemed still and inconsequential compared to the energies he sought to summon. Tesla had come to Colorado Springs seeking isolation, not simply to escape the distractions of the city, but to create conditions impossible elsewhere, a laboratory that could contain the enormous electrical fields he planned to manipulate. Here, far from New York's bustling streets and Thomas Edison's relentless glare, he could pursue a vision that seemed impossible even to the most imaginative minds of the day: wireless transmission of electricity across vast distances. But his work went beyond wires and lamps. Tesla imagined a world in which electricity itself became a universal language, coursing invisibly through the planet, touching homes, cities, and perhaps even the sky above. Night after night, he conducted experiments that were as theatrical as they were scientific. When he powered up his gigantic Tesla coil, arcs of electricity shot into the air like bolts of captured lightning, some stretching dozens of feet across the lab. The room would fill with a crackling roar, the smell of ozone intense enough to make the eyes water, while shadows danced wildly against the walls. At times, the sparks would leap from the equipment to the walls, the ceiling, and even the floor, forming brilliant, serpentine patterns that seemed almost alive. Witnesses later described the laboratory as a storm frozen in a room, a tempest harnessed by a single mind, yet the effects were not confined to the laboratory itself. Local residents reported flickering streetlights, tingling sensations on metal surfaces, and sparks jumping from pipes and door handles. Horses in nearby stables bolted from their stalls as if reacting to some invisible predator. One witness later recalled seeing the sparks climb along telephone wires and dance over fences, creating what looked like miniature lightning storms in the cold mountain night. Tesla, calm amid the chaos, would move among the arcs, adjusting connections, measuring voltages, all the while envisioning the day when these invisible rivers of energy would serve humanity directly, lighting homes, powering machines, and even transmitting messages and information without wires. For Tesla, the Colorado experiments were not merely about demonstrating power. They were a test of a revolutionary concept. He believed the Earth itself could act as a conductor, a vast resonant sphere capable of carrying electrical currents around the globe. He observed the Earth's natural frequencies, noting how his giant coil seemed to excite them in ways no human machine had before. At one point, he claimed to have detected signals that he believed came from outer space, rhythmic pulses that some have speculated were the first conscious attempts to listen to the cosmos. Whether true or an illusion born of feverish imagination, the episode underscores the audacity of Tesla's mind. He did not see limits, only possibilities, in addition to the dramatic arcs of electricity and the hum of resonating wires. There were subtler discoveries. Tesla noticed the unusual behavior of certain frequencies, how they could light lamps at a distance, how they seemed to influence the behavior of electrons in ways not fully understood. The very air seemed to pulse with energy. Observers would sometimes hear a faint hissing, like the whispers of invisible currents running along the walls. Tesla meticulously recorded these phenomena, certain that one day they would underpin a system of wireless power delivery spanning continents, but not all consequences were predictable or safe. Tesla frequently risked electrical shocks, sometimes suffering burns, and often startled those who visited his lab. Sparks would leap to the clothing of unsuspecting assistants, and a single misstep could end in injury or disaster. The experiments bordered on madness to outsiders, yet to Tesla they were precise, controlled, a symphony of energy orchestrated by one man's unwavering intellect. The nights in Colorado Springs stand as a testament to a rare combination of genius and fearlessness, a willingness to confront the unknown, to dance with forces most humans fear to even acknowledge. Even today, the image of Tesla standing amid his coils, arcs leaping like controlled lightning, is compelling, a blend of science and spectacle. It illustrates the core of Tesla's life, a constant push against boundaries, the pursuit of ideas that seemed impossible. and the capacity to envision a world transformed by technology before most could imagine it. The Colorado Nights were a stage upon which he demonstrated that electricity was not merely a tool, but a living, breathing force, capable of shaping reality itself. In these experiments, we glimpse not only the inventor but the dreamer, the artist, the man who lived inside his imagination as much as the physical world. Here was a mind that saw in the air a vast orchestra, in the earth a conductor, and in the sparks a language. It is no wonder that tales of glowing streets, dancing sparks, and terrified horses have persisted, for in those nights, Nikola Tesla was not simply conducting experiments. He was glimpsing the future itself.